नमस्कार दोस्तों, बच्चों और पेरेंट्स। आज मैं आपके सामने रूबरू हूं एक नया हॉट टॉपिक, ट्रेंडिंग टॉपिक लेकर। वो है क्वालिटी एजुकेशन। मैं सैयद सर आपका तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूं अपने YouTube चैनल पर, और आपसे गुजारिश करता हूं कि आप इस चैनल को अभी तक आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो सब्सक्राइब करें, शेयर करें, लाइक करें एंड वॉच इट टिल द एंड। वापस हम अपने टॉपिक पर आते हैं एंड ये है क्वालिटी। ये है क्वालिटी एजुकेशन है। आज हम नए पेरेंट्स हैं। आज हम बच्चों की मानसिकता को नहीं समझ। हम आज भी 15, 20, 25 साल पुरानी मेंटालिटी पर काम कर रहे हैं। उसी मेंटालिटी से बच्चों को बढ़ा रहे हैं। एक्चुअली क्वालिटी एजुकेशन एक्चुअली इज अ मेथड टू एक्वायर academics purely in assistance of application and execution. तो क्वालिटी एजुकेशन सिर्फ एकेडमिक्स नहीं है. It has 3 pillars. The first pillar I must say that is, my dear, is academics. The second pillar is application. And the third pillar is execution. मैं आज इन सब टॉपिक पर आपको बहुत डिटेल में बात करना है। मुझे आपसे आपको बताना है कि हम किस तरह से अपने घर में एक माहौल बदल सकते हैं जहां हम बच्चे की परवरिश भी कर सकते हैं और साथ में हम अपने एंजॉय भी कर सकते हैं अपनी लाइफ, विच इज नो डाउट ड्यूरिंग कोरोना पेंडेमिक हैज बिकम वर्स। तो क्वालिटी एजुकेशन एक मेथड है टू एक्वायर नॉलेज, एजुकेशन, एप्लीकेशन, एग्जीक्यूशन. But in parallel to spare time, that it tells us that how to spare time for ourselves, for our family, for traveling, for functions, for dinners, for marriages. I promise you that आप मेरे इस वीडियो के बाद आप सब कुछ पैरेलल में कर सकते हैं और बच्चे की स्टडीज पे, बच्चे के ग्रेड्स पर 1% इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा, रादर दी ग्रो. तो मैं आपको मेरे पास बहुत से पेरेंट्स आते हैं, जैसे कि सर हमारा बच्चा तो दिन भर पढ़ता रहता है. एक्चुअल में ये हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है, फील गुड वाली फीलिंग है कि बच्चा बुक्स ओपन है हमारे बेड पर, हमारी स्टडी टेबल पे बुक्स ओपन फैली हुई हैं, तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि माँ को. इस बाप जब हमारा थक हार के शाम को एंटर होता है और बच्चे की बुक्स घर में फैली हुई दिखती हैं, तो हम वी प्रिटेंड ओके, हाँ बच्चा ने तो बहुत पढ़ाई. क्या ये क्वालिटी एजुकेशन? नहीं, ये क्वालिटी एजुकेशन ये सिर्फ फील गुड है, नथिंग एल्स. ये आंखों का आई वॉश है. इस मानसिकता को बदलना है हमें. This is what I say, that don't study for longer, or even if you are simply studying whole of the day as our daughters now normally are doing at home, this is not quality education. Some parents come to me, they say, sir हमारा तो बच्चा पढ़ता ही नहीं और उसका तो ऑनलाइन क्लासेस समझ में ही नहीं आ रही हैं. इस पर भी बात करूंगा कि क्या तरीका है, what is the way to overcome this. So now I tell you point by point that what are those parameters which make our quality education. That is the first one, that our children are studying only for tomorrow, dear. They simply are studying for Monday test, Tuesday test only. If suppose there is a test, then they study. Number one, first point, 70% of the students are doing so. They are studying for, for Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, for no doubt the test on Thursday, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday only for the test, or Sunday for the test on Monday. So they simply are studying for a very short term goal, and that is, 2 days ahead or so for tomorrow even. This is a very poor sort of quality. We have to make goals. Yes, I agree that there's one test on Thursday and there is one test on Monday. We have to study. But what is quality education here? That we have to study every day for Thursday test, every day for Sunday test. Why to study for 3 days? Why is it so that we are just told for this examination only 3 days before, or we were known for around 15 days before? हर केस में कम से कम 10 दिन पहले हमें अपने एग्जामिनेशन डेट पता होती है. Why not to study for those 10 days, 15 days, every day, 1 hour only 1 hour? What happens when we study 1 hour for 10 days, and what happens when we study 6 hours one day, and for 2 days only we study, prepare for our exam, and 6 hours every day? There are 20 hours. So we say, sir, 20 hours are more than 10 hours. We have studied for 10 days, 1 hour only. We are going on statistic. This is not quality. Actually, when we study 1 hour, our brain finds enough time to grow memory cells, to keep it in well designated or well placed in passive memory. मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि एक्टिव मेमोरी एंड पैसिव मेमोरी क्या है. हमारे ह्यूमन have two types of memory: active memory and passive memory. Active memory, what I'm talking about, where what you are listening, what have you done yesterday or even day before, that is the current memory. But passive memory is that what have you done 10 days before, what have you studied a month back. That actually should be memorized and placed in passive memory. And if suppose we study every day 1 hour for a particular cause, then what happens? We can memorize it better. We can, keep it in passive memory, and also this way our brain be able to crack it to give us the file, that particular file at the time of examination. During examination, we are able to crack the question. Many times you have come across saying, children, sir, I have done this question 3 times, but was not able to crack it during examination. It means that he has done that question only just before the exam and was in only current memory, was not in passive memory. And unless this this subject was in passive memory, our brain won't be able to, grab it, to pick it and let us know during the examination. They say, sir, जैसे ही बाहर निकले हमसे we were able to solve it. It means that they have not gone for quality. They have studied only for the day, for tomorrow. So that I would like to say, please do study with a planner. Number 2 point, that you have to study with a planner. What is this planner? We simply think that planner is for keeping a record for every half an hour. This is the time, half an hour play, half an hour, lunch, half an hour sleep, half an hour, bathing time. This is not planner. Planner means that you should. Planner is कि आपको बच्चों बताना होगा अपने आप को कि हम क्या स्टडी करना है, कब स्टडी करना है. हमें 2 घंटा मॉर्निंग में स्टडी करना है, once we wake up at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, और 1 hour post lunch स्टडी करनी है, 1.5 hour आफ्टरनून इवनिंग टाइम में हमें स्टडी करना है. एंड देन that is the best quality time is 9:30 to 11:30 or 9 to 11 after dinner is the best time for self. And you have to prepare a planner accordingly, that 1-2 hour for morning if it is non-working day, school nahi hai. Then 1.5 hour post lunch, 1 hour in the evening, 2 hours in the evening, after 9 o'clock at night. So in this way, you should study approximately 5 to 6 hours. It is more than sufficient here. Don't think that we'll study for 10 hours, then only it is quality education. Our grades will improve. तो पहला पॉइंट है कि हम सिर्फ कल के लिए स्टडी कर रहे हैं फॉर एनी पर्टिकुलर कॉज. वी आर नॉट स्टडिंग फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म गोल्स. दैट कुड बी द एग्जाम आफ्टर अ मंथ. दैट कुड बी सेमेस्टर एग्जाम. तो just study every day. No doubt you have to give preference to your PT, periodic test, definitely, but not for 3 days. Our study should not get hampered for periodic test, because sir, we were already studying. What is new in this that we had somewhere in the middle? कहीं हमारे बीच में periodic test आ गए. कुछ नया थोड़ी नहीं है हमारे लिए सर. हम तो डेली स्टडी करते हैं. हम एक प्लानर के साथ स्टडी करते हैं. क्या हमें पता होता है कि ये टाइम फिजिक्स के लिए है, ये एसएसटी का टाइम है. दिस इज फॉर इंग्लिश वीकली ट्वाइस और थ्राइस यू कीप. हिंदी थ्राइस और 4 टाइम्स यू कीप फॉर अ वीक. एक वीक में 3-4 बार आप हिंदी का सेशन रख सकते हैं. तो मैथ साइंस का ज्यादा सेशन रखते हैं, नो डाउट. एवरी डे यू हैव टू स्टडी मैथ साइंस, एसएसटी. प्रॉब्ली you should prepare your planner according to the subject as well as according to the need of the next week, not next day, not tomorrow. तो व्हाट अब एक पॉइंट हमारा एक्टिव मेमोरी एंड पैसिव मेमोरी. जब हम एक चीज को 10 बार करते हैं, 10 दिन में करते हैं, तो नो डाउट वो पैसिव मेमोरी में आ जाता है. मेमोरी सेल्स डेवलप हो जाते हैं एंड देन ब्रेन कैन इजीली पिक दैट फाइल एंड गिव इट टू अस एनी टाइम ड्यूरिंग एग्जामिनेशन हॉल व्हेनेवर नीडेड. दूसरा पॉइंट जो मैंने आपको कहा कि थर्ड पॉइंट ये दैट इज दैट वी स्टडी फॉर लॉन्ग आवर्स. एक तीसरा पॉइंट है, जब हम हमारे पेरेंट्स की क्या थिंकिंग है, क्या सोच है कि बच्चा अगर 4 घंटे से कम पढ़ा तो क्या पढ़ा. हम तो रात रात भर पढ़ते थे, एक रात में बैठते थे और अपना 100 पेजेस की नोटबुक फिल कर देते थे. माय डियर रिस्पेक्टेड पेरेंट्स, ये इरा has been changed. This is a new era. This is a distracted era. Child has so many of distractions here. What to do then? If you compel him, if you ask him to study for longer time, what will happen? He will simply be studying for an hour only, and after that his brain will simply be roaming here or there, thinking this or that, right or wrong. Only the books are open, we feel happy. That I told you, feel good, nothing else. Instead, what is the best thing to do? What is quality education? To study in small batch. You have to read the ability of the child. I have so many of students in one class. I read the mindset of every child. That this child cannot study more than 45 minutes or more than half an hour, and I ask him or her to do so, and they are benefited by that. So many of children come to me, sir, आपने हमें जब से ये बताया है तब से तो मेरा concentration is best. हम क्या सोचते हैं as a mother, as a father, 45 minutes में होता क्या है? It's not that way कि we simply have to eat half kg of sweet and then only we think okay, now this is some, I got some कुछ मिठाई खाई है हमने. It is not 30 questions that we need to do and then only we think that we are far better, far good. It is only 5 questions that can grow us with the subject. Every day, it's a number of times in a day you can say, but even 45 minutes are sufficient, not less than 40. So if you think your child is not good in concentration, अपनी उसकी जो study time है कुछ short, 45 minutes कर दीजिए. And that too with alarm system. The child is very happy that he knows that I have to sit for 45 minutes, so I have to give my best now. He will utilize each and every bit of the time. And that is why we simply say that in 45 the concentration has been improved, the number of questions, correct number of questions have been improved, increased in number. It depends child to child. You can take it to gradually increasing to 2 hours, not more than 2 hours at one time, not for any child. Remember, not at all. If we have to, that is what I am telling you, that morning 2 hours, afternoon 1.5 hours, evening 1.5 hours, and then late evening 9:30 to 9 to 11, 2 hours. That is what I am saying. But That is the maximum sitting a child can should give. उसके बाद आप अगर वो नहीं कर पा रहा है 45 मिनट की सिटिंग कर दीजिए, 15-20 मिनट का, आधा घंटे का गैप दे दीजिए उसमें. उसके बाद अगेन व्हेन ही इज फ्री फ्रेश एंड इज रेडी टू गिव दैट 45 मिनट्स ऑफ द सिटिंग, दिस वे ही इज कंसंट्रेटिंग, ही इज यूटिलाइजिंग हिज एफर्ट्स, एंड I promise you that his grades, his confidence, grades are, what are grades? Grades are confidence. Grow with confidence, we grow with grades. That simply comes in. What is academics? Academics is nothing. It's confidence. It is that feel. ये वो feel है जो उस बच्चे को बताना है कि बच्चे तुम क्या कर सकते हो. You can do miracle. आप बेस कर रहे हैं अपने आप को. कॉन्फिडेंस है जो उस बच्चे में डेवलप कर देना है, जो मैं कर रहा हूं, जो आपको करना है मेरे साथ, मेरे भरोसे, मेरे साथ. कॉन्फिडेंस बता देना, डेवलप कर देना है, ग्रो कर देना है कि आप कर सकते हो. ज्यादा पढ़ के नहीं, कम और अच्छा पढ़. तो स्टडी फॉर स्मॉल नंबर ऑफ आवर्स. Our boys normally do so just for the sake of that they have to go for play. तो वो क्या करते हैं? They do it superficially. They make you fool as the parents. हो गया, ये तो मैंने पढ़ लिया, ये तो कर लिया, ये तो आता है, सर ने कराया था. But if we make a planner, if we help these kids to study with the planner, do study with 45 minutes बच्चे. But you have to study for 45 minutes with alarm, and then you go out, do whatever you want. After that, we again set for 45 minutes or 1 hour for the next session. The fourth point what we have, that our children are studying one subject throughout the day. Here and आप जानते हैं कि आप पूरा दिन एक सब्जेक्ट, फिजिक्स यू स्टडी कंटिन्यूअसली द होल डे, एसएसटी यू आर स्टडीइंग द होल डे. व्हाट इज इट? आफ्टर an hour only, after 2 hours only, we simply stop finding any interest in the subject. Our brain becomes dormant, dear. That is what I say, that there are two types of learning. One is horizontal learning, one is vertical learning. What is horizontal learning, dear? हॉरिजॉन्टल लर्निंग वो है जो आज हम कर रहे हैं कि एक कान से सुन रहे हैं, दूसरे कान से निकाल दे रहे हैं. तो हमारी मदर हमारे घरों में अपने बोलती है, मेरा तो काम सुनते नहीं है, एक कान से सुनता है, दूसरे से निकाल देता है. हम यही काम स्टडीज में. दिस इज हॉरिजॉन्टल लर्निंग. कुछ नहीं जा रहा है, वेस्टेड. स्टडी मत करिए. इवन अटेंडिंग द क्लासेस, ओनली स्कूल क्लासेस आर सफिशिएंट. But there is another mode of learning, that is vertical learning. Whatever we learn, दिल से होना चाहिए. When it is with heart, when it is with interest, it simply is retained for longer. हम अपने बच्चों तक को पढ़ा सकते हैं. That is retained for so long. But for that feel, that interest, that confidence is grown, and that is quality education. That is हमारे अपने पेरेंट्स को ग्रो होना है, अपने बच्चों के लिए सीखना है इस पार्ट को मेरे साथ. आप मुझसे पेरेंट्स, आप मुझसे कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं इवन इस पर. मेरा एट माय नंबर जो आप यहाँ पर स्क्रीन पर आपको मेरे कमेंट बॉक्स में भी दिख सकता है. आप कमेंट कर सकते हैं. यू कैन आस्क मी whatever you do you want, so that मैं अपना अगला वीडियो उसी के अकॉर्डिंग प्लान कर सकूं. But here I'm just trying to tell you what is that the way to make your child educate, to grow the confidence of the child. That no doubt results that you is visible in terms of the growth of the grade. And the one and very important point is that we do not study based on any content, on any notes. मम्मी ने स्टडी करने को बोला, we study from NCERT, we study from school notes, we study from our coaching center, note. We simply are just reading it a number of times and just thinking of, okay, now I have well understood the subject. No, this is not the quality education, my dear. This is a part where a teacher actually can do so, that I simply read, go through, and I can take a lecture on this. Even I need not to do that even. But आपको क्या करना है? You have to prepare notes when you are taught some subject, some part of the subject in school, और जब आपको आपके ट्यूशन टीचर कोई कुछ पार्ट पढ़ाते हैं, बताते हैं, आपको उनके नोट्स प्रिपेयर करने हैं. अब कैसे नोट्स तैयार करने हैं दोस्तों? Take some small notebooks in 50 pages notebooks and do prepare the chapter wise notes in 3 parts. Number 1, in the first book you should prepare notes for 1 marker questions. Just look at each screen, look at each paper of the content what has been provided to you of the book, and do read each and every sentence and write question answers of your own or with the help of a teacher. But in the first book, it should be very short answer questions, include definition, which include some important tricks of mathematics, maybe some phrases, some factors, all those that you think are asked in 1 marker question, fill in the mark, true, false, assertion, reason, any type of question are asked. You have to prepare notes in that book, sub-chapter wise. The second book, you should note down, you should especially do all formulae you should write. You should write all, units there, dimensions there. You should write all graphs. You should draw plenty of graphs if I tell you in terms of science. In terms of maths, you should, write all different theorems there related to chapter for mathematics. Prepare 1 for maths, 1 for science, 1 for SST, 2 for every subject. And the third one is very important, and that is the long answers you should write there, which are asked in 3 marks or 4, 5 marks as such. There it comes, derivations. So all derivations or all important question told by your school teacher or by your tuition teacher, you should solve those questions in terms of mathematics, in the third book, dear, which is very, very important. And that is a job. Not for, that I'll do it on Monday and I'll do on Tuesday and I'll do it only when some exam is ahead. This is my job for every day. I have to spare some time to complete those notebooks, notebook 1, 2 and 3, according to the part of the subject what is being taught every day. एक लास्ट पॉइंट पर मैं आपको ये वीडियो खत्म करने से पहले आपको बताना चाहूंगा, और वो लास्ट पॉइंट है कि हम जो स्टडी हमें करना है, वो स्टडी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस, not only on the basis of notes, but also make a habit to spare 15 minutes only, 15 minutes, 15 मिनट दोस्तों सिर्फ स्पेयर करना है for writing different theorems what you have studied till time related to that semester, all theorems, all important mathematical tricks, tips, everything you have to write, all important, my dear, phrases that has been taught in science, that everything, all important, my dear, I must tell you, all squares, cubes, formula of algebra, formula of trigonometry, all these formulae as well as all those tricks, you should spare 15 minutes especially every day for one chapter or the other. If you go with this, my dear, I promise you that not only the first of all, the confidence will grow, and that confidence will simply take you not only in one subject, academics, that would be visible throughout in your body language, your confidence, your interaction, in your vision and overall grades. तो मैं फिर आपके साथ जुड़ूंगा किसी और नए टॉपिक के साथ. आज के लिए इतना ही. आपके कमेंट्स मुझे बताएंगे, मुझे हेल्प करेंगे. आपके शेयरिंग, आपका लाइक मुझे इंस्पायर करेंगे कि मैं आपको आगे ऐसे ही वीडियोस लेके आपके साथ आता रहूं. सो एट द एंड, डू शेयर इट, लाइक इट, एंड आपने अगर सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो इसको सब्सक्राइब करें, शेयर करें. थैंक यू वेरी मच. नमस्कार.